I'd like you to think about the last time that you were on a video conference call. Might it be through Zoom, Microsoft Teams, or Google Meets? I'd also like you to think about the last time you streamed music. Might it be on platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, or if you're a little bit more indie, maybe SoundCloud. When's the last time you used something to watch a movie or a series like HBO Max, Disney Plus, Netflix, etc., etc.? And finally, if you're a little bit more techie and into gaming and stuff like that, you might watch live streams on Twitch or YouTube or live events that aren't shared on TV. So thinking about all these different forms of media that we consume nowadays, one thing you might think about is, well, I'm kind of pissed because nowadays I pay subscriptions and I do not own the content. Back in the day, you'd pay for like a CD, you'd have a movie on it, and you could keep that thing for life. You actually owned that movie. Nowadays, it's $15 a month for Netflix, and the shows aren't necessarily great. On top of that, you don't own any of the content. But that's not what I want to cover today. One thing that might not come to your mind when thinking about all these different forms of content is the way it's actually delivered to you, the infrastructure that makes it possible, and that's what we're going to talk about today. I mentioned Twitch like a couple seconds ago, and if you're not familiar with it, it's a website where anybody can live stream themselves playing video games or doing whatever they want. Now, that website has millions of daily streamers with millions of daily watchers. They're owned by Amazon. Their infrastructure runs on AWS servers. They pull in over $1 billion of revenue yearly. And simply because of the background infrastructure, they are not profitable. But what if there was a way to have that infrastructure decentralized, 95% cheaper than what it currently costs, and to have you own a piece of it? Hey, what's up, peeps? It's your boy Smolcam. I hope you're doing well. Today, I'm wearing the Revlon Gentis, which, that rose gold, I like it very much. Anyways, I've covered this subject on the channel in the past, but in today's video, I'm going to do a quick reminder, quick refresher, and add a lot of good information that you might have not had. For the quick recap, though, I'm going to talk about Huddle 01 DRTC, or Decentralized Real-Time Communication. This means real-world use cases such as audio and video chats, media live streaming, on multiple platforms, which is kind of insane because when you think about it, there is a whole company, their whole product is being able to stream on multiple platforms. They're called Restream. I used to use them back in the day to stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. You've got to pay a subscription for it, and Huddle already does this. They built the product, it works. I believe they used it around 1 week ago when they were doing like a Twitter space and they had it somewhere else at the same time. This alone is kind of insane. Then you're also going to have decentralized content delivery networks for fast content delivery that minimizes load times and bandwidth cost through localized distribution. We're going to talk about decentralized finance and decentralized AI. Did I mention that they already have a mobile app out that lets you do video conferencing and spaces and with a lot of people in real time with extremely good quality? Because if I didn't, I just wanted to make sure that I did. I should also probably mention the super low latency, which is under 100 milliseconds. We already mentioned this being extremely cheap, almost 20 times cheaper compared to normal infrastructure. This is what we're going to talk about in today's video, though, the media nodes. There's already over 277 million minutes of battle-tested audio and video sessions that were delivered through their app and SDK. They are working and partnered with some of the biggest names in the cryptocurrency and DePin industry. They're backed by a bunch of huge and very well-known VCs in the space, and with their media nodes, we'll be earning 40% of the total supply of their tokens, essentially sharing 40% of the revenue generated with us builders. Now, I don't think I've shown this dashboard very many times in my previous videos covering Huddle 01, but here you can see my stats, my total rewards in T Huddle, the token being Huddle, HUDL. The little T in front means testnet. You can see that I've got 6 keys. I bought a total of 5 a couple months back for $1,800, and I got 1 extra. That was part of their promotion. The Network Explorer for something in testnet is quite insane to look at. Like, I've seen projects launch that do not have such a good explorer available. Like, here you can see all the different pools, the commissions, etc., where they are based geographically, and much more. If I go to node keys right here, you can see that I own and operate 6, and that they are, yes, under the word delegated. That's because I don't necessarily have to have a machine running in my place at all times. I can actually choose to let someone run my nodes on their servers. Now, these servers are called pools, and pool creators can decide to set up a fee. You can see these two first ones have 0% fee. This one has a 2% fee. This one has 1%, etc. Now, these are great because I don't have to keep a computer online at all times, and this assures me that my node keys are earning non-stop. The first node sale that they did, the Pioneer nodes that they did last year, they all earn 5 huddle tokens daily. Well, T-huddle, but it'll convert to huddle at TGE. We'll take a look at that later. And there's also bonuses, but Spellgum, what the hell are bonuses? Well, from time to time, they'll give the community more tokens for simply being early supporters of the project. You can consider this bonus kind of like an airdrop. And up top, obviously, we've got my total earnings of right under 5,000 T-huddle so far. Now, if you guys would allow me to pull out this huge calculator, I'd like to do a little bit of math. With all my previous research, I believe the token is going to launch anywhere ranging from 50 cents to $1. Now, obviously, I could be wrong. None of this is financial advice. I'm just a guy making videos online, educational purposes only. Do your own research. But let's say that the token launches around 50 cents. Each node key that I got in the Pioneer sale is earning 5 huddle per day. So, at 50 cents, that would be $2.50 times a month. We're going to do 30.5 because there's month in 30 and months in 31, right? That would be around $76.25. Now, if the token launches at $1 or does eventually reach $1, which I believe it can do because they've got huge real-world utility, they can totally disrupt the space of real-time communication and content delivery. Your community is growing insanely fast, so at $1, obviously times that by 2, that would be $152.50 per node key per month. Now, I want you to keep in mind that if you used any of the discount codes available online when purchasing those nodes a couple months back, you would have paid $300 on the dot for it, which means that in 2 months, let's time this by 2, you've got your money back and you're now in the money. On top of that, the terms of token generation event changed recently, meaning it's no longer 20% of our tokens are going to be unlocked at the token generation event. It's 40%. And then they slowly invest over 6 months daily. Remember, token generation event is supposed to be in Q4 of this year. So here's my belief, here's my plan, here's why I'm spending even more money on these media NFT node keys. I currently have 4,847 tokens. TGE in Q4 should be in somewhere around 5 months. I've got 6 keys. 6 keys times the daily earnings of 5 tokens is 30 tokens daily. Times a month, times 5. And I already have 4,847. Supposedly, at TGE, I should be able to already have over 9,000 tokens. If it launches at $1 and I unlock 40%, so times this by 0.4, that should be somewhere around $3,500 to $4,000. And remember, so far, I've only spent 1,800, and in my previous video and today, I'm getting 2 more, so I'm spending an extra like 600, right? I'm spending 2.4 total, minus what I believe the token is going to be worth and the daily earnings, which is, as we just saw, somewhere in the 3,700 region. That could mean that I could be in profit $1,300 on the day of token generation event, and then just keep printing money daily. As I mentioned, my math could be flawed. I don't know the exact price of the token launch, but I'm excited for it, and I like seeing real-world utility and use cases being implemented in crypto. Too many crypto projects do not do squat nowadays, they're just about hype. But if you watched my video from last week or 2 weeks ago, I believe, and you decided to pre-book yourself the new series of nodes, you should have gotten an email that looks something like this: mint now or miss. If you didn't do that last week or 2 weeks ago, no worries, you can still do it. I'll show you how. So the first thing to do is obviously you log in at the top right here. I already logged in, and you can see that I had reserved 2 NFT keys, which gave me 10% off and 3% off because I also hold Pioneer nodes, these first nodes in my dashboard, right? So I had already previously paid around $118, and my remaining today is $473.28. We'll do that in just a tiny bit, but I want you to look right here. Already pre-booked, mint ends in 23 hours. Now, this video should be out in, I'd say, 4-5 hours maybe. So you should still be able, for a couple hours, if you're watching on the video this day went live, to technically maybe pre-book, meaning you can still get that 10% off. If it's not the case, you can still definitely get nodes, not for very long. I don't know exactly how long they're going to keep this mint open, but there'll be a field right here, and if you enter code SMOKLM, SMOKLM, you'll get a 5% rebate of whatever you spend on the nodes in T-HUDL tokens. More tokens going to your pocket, and it'll be a referral link as well, which will help out the channel. On top of that, I talked to their team, and they're going to give away 2 NFTs, but a bit more on that later. I'm going to go and click on Mint now because I want to finish my purchase before this timer runs out. I mean, I still got 23 hours, but let's figure it out. I'm going to go ahead and pay on Solana mainnet, and then I'm going to pay with USDC. Okay, well, I had to move some funds around, but simply put, I'm going to connect my wallet right here. I'm going to go with Solflare, connect. And now I'm going to pay that remaining $478. Let's go for it. I'm going to click on pay right now. It's going to take 478.01 cents of USDC from my wallet. I'm going to click on approve. Verifying payment. Considering it's Solana, this should be quite quick. And let's go. Mint successful. Congratulations on minting your NFT keys. You'll receive an email shortly for the same. Now, with the Pioneer nodes, they were nodes that earned 5 tokens a day. That's it. You're early, you're getting that passive income, you're stacking tokens for when it eventually launches in the end of this year. With today's mint though, once they close it down, it'll be revealed which character of the Legion of Huddlers NFT collection you got, and they each have their very specific bonuses and rarities, with the legendary one being, if I move my camera, instead of 40% unlocking at TGE, you get 50%, 15 boost on your future T-HUDL earnings. If you hold for 60 days after TGE, that goes up to 25%. I mean, it's quite insane, right? I think everyone is going to want to pull an ultimate huddler. And as I mentioned before going through my purchase, I talked to the team and they said that they would give out 2, not 1, 2 of these NFT media node keys to people in my community. To do so, there'll be a link below in the YouTube video description. And if you purchased a HUDL01 media node NFT key using my code and referral link, please fill out your information below to enter the giveaway. It's going to consist, as I said, 2 of these NFT keys of random rarity to be randomly awarded to 2 different people. That's going to be 1 each. And the winners will be drawn at the end of the media node NFT key mint period. All the information you have to fill in is your email that you used to sign in to HUDL01 and the wallet address you used to purchase those NFTs. You don't necessarily have to put your name in, it's optional, but if you want to go ahead, but if you'd like to do that, you can go ahead. Okay, let me pull out my calculator one last time during this video. Now, supposedly, once this mint ends and I receive my 2 extra NFTs, and I see which rarity they are, whichever rarity they are anyways, they'll still be earning 5 tokens a day. So that brings my total node holdings up to 8. That's 8 times 5. That's 40 tokens daily. Times that by a month, that's 1,200 tokens monthly. I said there was around 5 months till TGE, so that's 6,100 tokens. Plus the 4,000 I already have, that's 10,900. If 40% of this unlocks because I didn't get the chance to pull the ultimate hodler rarity, that should still, if the token's at $1, be around $4,300. If it's not at $1 and it's at 50 cents, that should be closer to $2,180. Still already getting me almost my instant return on investment on day 1. I mean, honestly, I haven't really been this excited for a DePin project in a while now. Helium was really cool, but unfortunately they almost forgot that millions of people bought the IoT miners and they transitioned to like Wi-Fi and everything. They're not available where I'm at, so that's too bad. There's definitely other DePin projects that are hella cool that I talk about on this channel. Some of them are really cool, and I just haven't had the chance to talk about them on the channel yet. And as I mentioned, even if you missed a pre-book window that closes in the next 23 hours, you'll still be able to get your hands on these. It's just that instead of paying around $300 for them, you'll be paying around $340. If you input the code SMOLECAM, you get 5% rebate in T-Huddle. And I'd like to talk about some other interesting stuff. If you're on their website and you click on Participate in Testnet, it's going to bring you to this page that says, Welcome to the Huddleverse Act 2 Nexus. Click here to continue. Now, it's going to ask you to complete your wallet, join the Discord, follow on X, etc., etc. It brings you to this page, and you can see right here there's a quest arena, and by completing quests, you get HP points, which in simple terms gets you ranked higher up in the leaderboard, which I'm pretty sure will qualify you for an airdrop of tokens at launch. There's also going to be the app arena where you can see the different decentralized apps already built using Huddle's infrastructure. So obviously this will fill up over time with more projects and more partners and more customers building with the infrastructure. Did my camera just die? Yes. Awesome. Well, sorry about that, but apparently it overheated. Like, I'm sweating. I am legit sweating right now. There's also going to be a DeFi arena coming soon. I'm not exactly sure what that entices, but I'd be excited to see some staking or some liquidity pool options for the Huddle token at launch to entice people to actually hold it. And even if you don't get involved with the media node keys, I would recommend going and giving them a follow on Twitter. They are extremely active on socials, and that'll keep you up to date with everything you need to know. We're about 1 hour later. The camera finally cooled off, so I'm able to use it again. But yeah, I wanted to make another video about Huddle just to let you guys know that you can still grab one of their media node key NFTs before the mint closes, because I don't know if they'll have a third node sale. I mean, there's only like a couple months left till Q4, till TGE, token generation event, the launch of their token. So this might be your last opportunity to get your hands on some. And as you can see through this video and the previous videos I've done covering the project, I'm pretty excited about it. I've sent like 2.5 G's into it already, so that's not a tiny amount. And who knows, maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's not going to launch at $1, maybe it's not going to launch at 50 cents, it could be like 10 cents, 20 cents. It could also go the other way around, where it could launch at a couple bucks, or just get insane traction and revenue, and the token goes insane like we've seen happen in the past. I mean, talking about DePin projects, you had Ator/anyone that launched around, I think, 2 cents, went all the way up to over $2. I believe Helium launched in a price range of also a couple cents, and went all the way up to like $60 all-time high or something like that. But in simple terms, when there's real-world utility and infrastructure being built, like the things we're seeing right here, there's always a chance for the project to kind of take off a lot. So yeah, I'm quite excited about it. Now, there's one thing I'm going to ask for you, and one thing only, if you've watched till here, is to let me know down below in the comments if you enjoy these longer videos where I take a bit more time explaining everything behind a project. I dive a little bit deeper, where they're maybe not as targeted towards like people that'll watch a short video while taking a poop or on a little work break, but more targeted towards when you sit down or maybe you're taking a long poop. Also, if you've watched up until here and you haven't subscribed yet, I would appreciate it if you considered doing that. These videos take some time to make. And if you think you're already subscribed, please check down below, because YouTube has been tripping since the beginning of this year, just unsubbing people for no apparent reason. If you do get one or multiple media node keys for yourself, don't forget to fill out the Google Forms in the description down below, because it's basically a free giveaway sponsored by Huddle. So I'd like to thank them for actually going ahead and doing that with me for my community. And you could be looking right now at the videos underneath or the videos to the right if you're on a computer to check what you want to watch next. Well, how about you check this one out? I mean, it's pretty cool, and who knows, it might end up making you some nice money. On that note, it was your boy Smokeout. I hope you guys have a good one, and I'll catch y'all in another one. Peace.